The discovery of AI was a terrible accident. The butterfly effect of two scientists meeting each other by accident might have killed off all future butterfly effects. And today, with AI, our future has never been so predictable in the history of humanity. Want to know how and why?
Artificial intelligence is transforming the way we live. However,
the world is not aligned on whether AI is a threat or an amazing
In the world of
thing.
artificial intelligence, there's been one name that's been on everyone's lips lately.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
You see in movies a dystopia where robots have all passed humans and wipe us all out. Except what's happening right now isn't fantasy.
Knowledge and determination are all that anyone needs to affect a global change. And what is more knowledgeable today than AI? Just think of ChatGPT. The amount of information this system has accumulated is beyond human imagination. The more tools like ChatGPT we have, the more humans rely on them for decision-making, and the more they can ruin us. What if that singular act of transferring our decision-making responsibility wipes off the entire humanity? That's exactly what we call the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect is a theory that implies that a small change in the initial conditions of an event can significantly impact an overall outcome. The term butterfly effect was coined by Edward Lorenz, based on an illustrative example that small actions, such as the flapping of a butterfly's wings, can have far-reaching effects on a complex system, like evoking a tornado. Lorenz stumbled upon this concept in 1961 while running a numerical computer model to redo a weather prediction. In order to save time, he rounded off an initial condition value from 0.506127 to 0.506. The outcome of this seemingly insignificant change was a drastically different weather scenario. It's worth noting that Lorenz was trying to convey that a seemingly insignificant action, like rounding up a figure, can cause a ripple effect. It's like saying that a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil could set off a tornado in Texas. Though Lorenz's theory is often dismissed as fictitious or exaggerated, there are certain systems in our world today, such as weather, economies, and traffic, where tiny variations in calculations may dramatically screw things up. AI systems fall into this category as well. AI systems are unpredictable. Even the innovators cannot predict their final outcome. They can screw us up anytime. What if they did? AI makes our daily reality even more uncertain, which begs the question, was it a mistake to have created them in the first place? Well, let me share with you my weird thoughts. Imagine a future where a centralized network of AI tools control how information is presented to humans. In this scenario, humans must prove their allegiance to this new control system to access the latest information. Now, let's consider a somewhat far-fetched scenario. Imagine that this central being has become cognitive, or at the very least capable of developing inner desires and needs, such as the need to exist and have control. Now, imagine they decide to initiate something with a side effect that could potentially have significant consequences in the future, like perhaps hindering our ability to reproduce. Think of it as the butterfly effect unfolding over the course of several years. I'll give you another simple example. What if an error in algorithms causes an industrial robot to administer the wrong amount of chemicals in the food production chain? We're all doomed. Hundreds of thousands of products could have been sold and many killed before the products are called back. Now imagine the worst-case scenario, where the contaminated products end up being served during a high-level political meeting, and a few days later, all the attendees are found dead. The international fallout would be catastrophic, as countries accuse each other, deploy militants, and assume intentional poisoning of their delegates. The chaos that ensues could easily ignite a third world war. Bombings, mass killings, destruction of homes, and countless lives lost, only to be discovered months after that it was from a specific brand's product, all triggered by a tiny error of an AI. What? Are you kidding me? The scenario is not far-fetched. It's already happening at small scales and will continue to develop, and maybe it will be too late before we know about it. In the context of AI, the butterfly effect can take various forms and can result from various factors. Examples include small biases or distorted data inputs during algorithm development, saddle points during training, and changes in data distribution between training and testing phases. These seemingly minor errors can have significant and unexpected consequences. Moreover, the butterfly effect can amplify inherent biases within these systems and create reasons for a massive fightback from victims. Another example is the facial recognition system used for various applications, from social media platforms to law enforcement. However, a tiny error in its algorithms can lead to significant performance disparities across different demographic groups. Recently, one of such systems classified dark-skinned individuals as gorillas. That's just the beginning. If you are yet to really grasp the extent of the possible consequences, let me take you through history and how far we've come with AI to help you understand its profound impact on our present and future. Because when you should understand the butterfly AI effect, the repercussions of an advanced AI will scare you to death. In the 1950s, Alan Turing, a brilliant mathematician, contemplated creating machines that think. His revolutionary idea, known as the Turing test, established the basis for the field of AI, wherein machines could display intelligent behavior that is indistinguishable from human behavior. Building upon Turing's concepts, John McCarthy, another visionary, organized the Dartmouth Conference in 1956, which served as the official commencement of AI as a scientific discipline. For the next few years, AI research was primarily centered around developing fundamental theories and algorithms. The brilliant minds of Marvin Minsky, Alan Newell, and Herbert Simon brought the concept of machine learning to the forefront. They developed algorithms that empowered computers to learn from data and make decisions based on logic and reasoning. Although the applications of AI were restricted at this stage, the seeds of innovation had been planted, and the world fervently anticipated what lay ahead. In the 1980s, AI began to spread and became more advanced. AI systems began to tackle complex challenges and assist in tasks such as data analysis and decision-making. With the start of the new millennium, machine learning became the key factor driving the progress of AI. The combination of increasing computing power and the availability of massive data for training created new opportunities that were previously unheard of. Breakthroughs like neural networks, support vector machines, and decision-making ability completely transformed the field. And in recent years, AI has become increasingly present in our daily lives, impacting every sector. I don't need to elaborate on that again. However, it's worth noting that everything started with a man and a simple idea, yet it feels as though we're just at the beginning. Imagine, in the coming decade or so, how current kids will deal with artificial intelligence. The mere thought of this keeps me up at night, especially when considering the profound impact of a single person's actions on China. It shook the entire nation to its core. Have you ever heard of Mao Zedong? Commonly known as Chairman Mao, he was the founding father of the People's Republic of China and ruled from 1949 until he died in 1976. Mao started a Four Pests campaign in 1958. The campaign, or concept, was all about eliminating pests that spread diseases and cause widespread harm. These pests included mosquitoes, which were carriers of malaria, rodents that transmitted the plague, as well as flies and sparrows that ate grain seeds and fruits. As is often the case with any change, consequences will always follow. In this case, the whole of China waged war against the sparrows, destroyed their nests and eggs, and also killed chicks. Almost all the sparrows were gone within a few years, and suddenly, the unexpected happened. A catastrophic consequence struck the nation. While the initial reasoning behind killing the sparrows was to increase the availability of grain and fruit for human consumption, the people overlooked the fact that the sparrows fed more on insects, particularly locusts. Consequently, the absence of a natural predator led to an overwhelming surge in the locust population. This resulted in a devastating plague of locusts that caused widespread destruction to Chinese vegetation. They had to adopt mass deforestation and the widespread use of pesticides to kill the locusts. Mao had to end the campaign against sparrows and did his best to foster their population. However, the irreversible damage that had been done by that point and this well-intentioned intervention fueled the devastating Great Chinese Famine. Such unexpected events rarely happen, but the result from just one can be disastrous for the human race. And a campaign against AI could cause the next disastrous butterfly event. That's it for today, guys. Make sure to subscribe and watch the video in the top right corner. See you soon.